dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
Welcome to West Allis, Wisconsin, just outside of Milwaukee, and the site of the Badger State 100, powered by Wiley Racing NASCAR and Diecast, as part of the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you for this one. And I'll tell you right now, this is actually one of my two favorite tracks in the server that are oval only. The other one being in Irwindale, but I've got a lot of great memories of my sim racing career here at Milwaukee, and these guys are going to put on an amazing show for you here tonight. As I'm looking through timing and scoring, and your top 10 separated by less than a tenth of a second. Do need to remind everybody that the ASA Stars Tour and the Midwest Tour will have their Father's Day 100 this coming Sunday, June 18th, here at the Milwaukee Mile in the real world. You can watch all the action on MidwestTour.tv. The All-Pro Sim, the All-Pro Sim series will have people all over the grounds. Brandon Wilkerson is going to be spotting for Gio Ruggiero in the Double Deuce, mind you, who just won it Hickory last week. Tristan Swanson, Ty Fredrickson, they will be in the pits. And that is not me who is going to be in there. That is, it's actually going to be Matt Vady, who is going to be pit reporting for MidwestTour.tv. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled this coming Sunday You know what? A lot of you guys out there have internet accessible TVs. Put it on the big screen and enjoy it with your dad. Or if you're raised by a single mom like some of us were, put it on, watch it with mom. I'll tell you right now, those ASA Stars Tour late models, so many big names have come out of that series in the past. You know, you figure you had, Dick Trickle. Most of the Wallace boys ran ASA. Mark Martin ran ASA. Um, and I'm drawing. I'm seriously having brain flatulence right now, folks. Alan Kowicki, thank you. Uh, they all cut their teeth in the ASA and Midwest late model tours. So if you want to see the future stars of tomorrow, today, tune in this Sunday. I guarantee you're not going to be disappointed. And as we get ready to click it on over into qualifying, 5 minutes on the clock. Who's going to be the first one to roll it? Big shocker, Corey Rogers. That Hoosier-inspired snap-on paint scheme. It seems so weird to not see Hoosier Racing tires on the side of that car with that color scheme. But hey, it is what it is. Kristen Angel out on track. Ken Storkson out on track. Louis Robinette is here. There is Matt Beatty, who's going to be the pit reporter, rocking the Tegrity 7 here tonight. Sharp looking white and purple car on that chassis here this evening. Zach Coyer back in the 13. Tegrity in the house. Can I get hashtag Tegrity? As we're checking with Jeff Dillon there. He is rolling out. Everybody rolling out some very, very sharp paint schemes here. Anthony Danta still in that tried and true, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 051 sideways off a 2. Wow. Well, that was eventful. There is Beatty as he goes right to the top of the heap. And you saw him hang 2 tires over that mustard stripe going through 1 and 2. You can do that there. Going through 3 and 4, you definitely don't want to do it. Let's pull up the track map. You can get away with a standard, and I'm using that term loop. Wow. What is going on with this track right now? 125-degree track temperature. That's what's going on here at the Milwaukee Mile here tonight. Kelsey Rogers rips one off. Good grief. 34 right to the top of the heap. Deegan Smith coming off of 4. Get ready to take the green. Travis Wright also out here tonight. Weston Ward in the 5 jumps up to 6 quick. And he's on a ripper right now. Oh, this is going to be good. And you can hear how long he has to just let that car float through 3 and 4. And Ward does not improve on his second lap. Gave you a little bit up in the second sector. Nick Schumacher in the 4 here tonight. It's a plain Jane Saturday night special late model. It's going to be a solid lap coming into it. Okay, 18th quick, not too shabby. Because I am counting 30 haulers in the infield. And Ethan Wolf, if you don't have a certain paint scheme that I think I hope you have on your car tonight, If you don't have the Pete scheme I'm thinking of, you and I need to have a very long conversation post-race, my friend. As about a minute left, still enough time to get one flyer in. Dalton Collins, Ethan Wolf, and Chris Reardon all not taking times here tonight. And it looks like that's going to about do it. Let's take a quick look at the point standings coming into tonight. If it will, of course it doesn't. The positions are correct, it's just the points aren't. It's Alex Papini, Corey Rogers, Anthony Danta, still your top three. Here, let's do it this way. Let's get that off the screen, and we will put this on the screen. You guys get to look behind the curtain, as they say. Of course we do. As soon as I can get the tower out of the way, we will take a look. We'll do that during the warm up in between the heat races and the feature, as that is going to do it for qualifying. As heat race number one. Are we going to have heat race number one? No, we are. Yes, we are. There is heat race number one. Jeff Rogers going to be starting next to Mark Favret, Louis Robinette, and Ken Storkton in row two. Gleason Smith, Michael Berner in row number three. Row four, you're going to see Weston Ward, Dalton Collins, Ethan Wolf, and Chris Reardon starting shotgun on the field. So 10 cars scheduled to roll it here for heat race number one. 11 laps of scheduled distance. And you know what? We just, because I know iRacing hates of course not. Nope, not going to let it. Field's starting to roll it. As there you can see Jeff Rogers, who's going to lead us to green. Looks like we got a couple of Coors-inspired paint schemes in the field. Battle of the beer wagons tonight. I like it. Missing a couple of them is Collins, Wolf, and Reardon all electing to not take part in the heat race. And I'm sorry, that is a Coca-Cola paint scheme on the 30 of Robinette. Pace truck is in. You can see just how tight that pit entry is. On the throttle we go. Favret gets a better jump. Gets out to the early leads. Rogers now playing defense. Is that Lumina Storkson right there with him. They go side by side. It's Robinette and Gleason Smith were going after each other for a second there. As here comes Smith up the inside. Gets the better run off of turn number 4. Again, everybody's going to make the A feature tonight. You have a relatively short field. Oh, the 30 sideways. Robinette keeps it off the wall. We stay green. And Favret is out to a scorcher of a lead so far. Huh. Rogers and Favret have carved out almost a full second to the good over Ken Storkton in the lone Lumina in the field tonight. And of course, timing and scoring decides to vomit. Awesome. Let's see if we can get this running before the heat race is over. Something about heat racing and SDK just, they don't get along. Hardly at all. Okay. Oh, we got big problems on the backstretch. '99 of Favret just went for a hell of a ride. Let's go back and take a look at what happened there. Right about the halfway mark. There you see Rogers making a bid for the lead. Favret's going to go to the high side. Rogers on that preferred lower lane where all the rubber's laid down. Favret's going to drift it coming off the corner, and boom goes the dynamite. Stork can absolutely nowhere to go. The sideways Favret bangs the wall trying to get the car straight. I don't know who he's more pissed off at, himself or the guy that actually finished him off as he was trying to save that 99 in that slide. Let's watch that one more time, though. Slightly different camera view here. There you see Favret on the high side, and he's going to get sideways there. Right when he starts to pick the throttle up. And the 30 and the 5, absolutely nowhere to go. Just around goes the 99, and he still tags that backstretch wall just for good measure. So we go back to live action. We will try to get this fixed, as unfortunately, we don't have an overlay tonight, folks. I do apologize for this. And my computer's basically calling me an asshole right now. We will get this fixed during the warm-up, I promise. So we go back to green flag action. Starkson and Rogers going after each other. Starkson with a little bit of front end damage. Rogers, though, keeps his foot in it on the low side. Starkson brushes the wall down the back straightaway. Rogers going to wrestle the lead away. Here comes the 5 of Gleason. Gleason Smith working that low side. Starkson caught up on the high side, and here comes the 009 of Michael Berner. Beautiful Valvoline Pontiac. Rogers, Smith, Berner, Storkson, as we are getting ready to put 6 in the books. We are now on lap 7 officially of 11. Favret on a recovery drive back into 6th. Ward, though, putting up a good fight in that Kroger Camaro. So now we got Louis Robinette and Mark Favret going after each other for 5th. Running out of time to do so. Rogers, though, has carved out half a second to the good. Make that 3/4 of a second to the good over Gleason Smith, who's got another 3/4 of a second over Michael Berner. And Berner's looking in his rearview mirror in that 009 going, oh, this can only end poorly. As he's got Storkson, Robinette, and Favret trying to reel him in for 4th place. White flag in the air one more time around. Rogers currently shows the way. That very bright pink and purple Flow Racing Chevy Camaro. It's been the car to beat in this heat race through the final corner for the final time. Unless he does something really stupid here, that is going to be your race winner, Jeff Rogers. Gleason Smith, Michael Berner, Ken Storkton, Mark Frevette, Rick Ward, and Louis Robinette rounding out your field of heat race finishers. Actually, that was the B main. And while we go to warm up, we will be back right after this. Stick and stay as we're going to try to get this break in. Thanks for sticking with us through those technical difficulties, folks. We are back. Warm-up session, getting ready to wind on down. And it's the usual suspects. Right up at the top of the pile. Papini and Danta, just where they've been all season long. Just throwing haymakers at each other right now. Figuring out what this car is going to do. Taking a quick look at the weather coming into tonight's event. Current track temperature, 102 degrees. Yeah. Air density, though, has us at sea level. Just about sea level. As 1,000 HPA is sea level. 88 degree ambient air temperature, 62% relative humidity. With that hot a track temperature, this track is greasy, and it's going to be very difficult to get a hold of tonight. You are, of course, watching the Badger State 100 powered by Wile E. Raceway NASCAR Diecast. For all your diecast needs and all your diecast racing needs, as that has become huge here on YouTube. And don't forget, Father's Day special this weekend, and you can see it exclusively on MidwestTour.tv. We are, of course, talking about the ASA Stars Tour and the Midwest Late Model Tour. And we'll be joining forces for a Father's Day 100 lapper here at the Milwaukee Mile, and you can find it, as we said, exclusively on MidwestTour.tv as Gio Rosario. I want to make sure I get these names right. Let me double check that. Sorry, folks. Bear with me. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Matt Vady will be actually a pit reporter for MidwestTour.tv. But Brandon Wilkinson, he's going to be spotting for Gio Rosario in the Double Deuce, who just won last week at Hickory. Tristan Swanson and Ty Fredrickson, they will be in the pits servicing the cars as is their want and need as checkered flag comes out for the warm-up session as we get ready to click it on over into what you've all been waiting for, tonight's starting grid for the Badger State 100. Mike Ostadek starting up on the pole. 9 1,000ths to the good over the aforementioned Matt Vady. Weston Ward and Jeff Dillon going to roll it from row number 2. Anthony Danta and Trent Smith are going to start it next to each other in row number 3, with Alex Papini and Kelsey Rogers in row number 4. Travis Wright and Aaron Hicks going to roll it from row 5. And you take a look at these splits between these guys, it's tight. It is very tight between a lot of these positions. Deegan Smith and Justin Blackdeer going to roll it from row number 6. Row 7, we got Brett McCoy and Tristan Swanson. Kristen Angel and Jeremy Bingham going to roll it from row number 8. Row 9, Ed Pompano and Nick Schumacher. Zach McCoy and Corey Rogers in row number 10. Row 11, Jeff Rogers and Gleason Smith. Mike Berner and Ken Storkson in row number 12. Row number 13, Mark Favret and Rick Ward. Louis Robinette and Dalton Collins in row number 14. And row 15, there is no row 15. I lied. So 27 starters here tonight as we get ready to turn them loose for 100 laps. 2 sets of tires to get it done as the field working its way into the 3-4 complex. The only thing that's left for me to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab a couple of brats and a nice cold Miller. It's time to get it on in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cheeseheads! It's showtime! Just like that, we are out and away. 18 already out to a good lead as Vady and Danta dancing with each other there for second place. Nice long shot down the back straightaway. We'll be seeing a lot of that this weekend on MidwestTour.tv as Schumacher's got problems on the backstretch. He's gone off track. The car just now getting up to speed. Let's take a look at what happened with Nick Schumacher. Here you see him in the 4 up on that top side. And he, oh my. Nick, are you okay? Because you just went through a wall. Here you see that big Chevy bow tie on the top side. Watch this run coming off of 2 and down into 3. I think he had help. Matter of fact, I'd almost be willing to put money on it. Yep. Net code. The only code you'll ever need. We'll watch that one more time. Ouch. We'll go back to live green flag action. We are under caution. Let's see what this one's for. Apparently they threw a caution for that incident. It was a little delayed, but we got it. Now I just got to figure out who the heck it was that turned him. Nope. It was Corey Rogers. All right, so let's go back to here. And we're going to take it off the nose of Rogers. That's Schumacher right in front of him in the 4. We're on board with Rogers at this point. There was daylight. That was pure net code. But you get that sometimes here in iRacing. And unlike the heat races, caution laps do count in the A feature here tonight. Osteek showing the way in the 18. Electing to take the inside on the restart. That's flirting with disaster, especially when you got Alex Papini to your outside. We only got 6 laps into this piece, and Papini's already up 5. Tristan Swanson's +8, so you know, there are some movers and shakers here in the early going. Did not get the qualifying attempt they were hoping for. And you can see just how difficult this pit lane is going to be to get on and off of. With 60% fuel fill, I'll tell you right now, they're not making it all the way on one tank of Go Fast. They are going to have to come down pit road at some point. And it's going to be a good test because I have not seen what the new tire model in this car looks like. But from the looks of it, it's the same thing across all the stock car classes, even though these are Hoosiers as opposed to the Goodyears in the top 3 touring divisions. But these super late models, they are hooked up. The newest chassis and aero model for this car that got released midterm season 1, or no, season 2, is we're starting season 3, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I lose track of what's what. I'd forget my own head if it wasn't attached. Kelsey Rogers on a rip right now, up into the position. Papini was sideways. Rogers gets into him. 3 wide behind him. Danta right in the middle of that mess. Good grief, and they're not done yet. Here comes the 3 at Trent Smith. Travis Wright there as well. Good Lord, these guys are really moving and shaking here in the early going. Is taking a quick look at the weather for race conditions. Oh, we've dropped 2 degrees. Not that that's going to make a heap of difference, but every little bit helps, right? As the front 10 getting single filed out now. We got a little side-by-side action just outside the top 10. I think that just inside the top 10 is Beatty trying to right that ship. So 91 is a lap car. Getting up and out of the way. Just as I say that, I'm not 100% certain he is. Yeah, the 91 is actually the 100 of Tristan Swanson. Again, this is why we don't let tech officials drink while handing out transponders. Weston Ward just ripped one off. 30.09, fastest lap of the event. Good grief. Checking back in here just outside the top 10. Those Tegrity cars starting to climb their way forward. Aaron Hicks in the 39, working on the 13 at Coyer. Coyer plus 6. Matt Beatty currently sits, well, he's still in the top 10. He currently sits in 9th. But this battle right now between Hicks and Travis Wright has turned into a barroom brawl. Excuse me, folks. I'm in the northeast right now, just below Quebec. So all those wildfires and all that smoke and soot and crap is still lingering in the air here in upstate New York. Or as we call it where I'm from, upstate Boone, York. So we are in the boonies up here. And I can warn you now, if we're in a bar in Cuyahoga County, New York, and you see somebody walk in wearing a big cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and a big-ass buckle, if he says yee, don't stick around for the ha. Swanson under heavy pressure from Beatty right now. That is your battle for 8th and 9th. They've got a little bit of breathing room. And I'll just say that Deegan Smith in the 15 starts to close that gap. And we've got a bid for the lead. Rogers on Papini. It's definitely a beautiful day in the neighborhood for Kelsey Rogers right now, as he is leading this piece, as we've got 16 in the books. Ward working the inside of Papini now. Papini caught on that outside lane. Not where you want to be, especially with the track temperatures as hot as they are. But we're to that point of the race where you've pretty much used all the good rubber off the tires. Now it's elbows up. Who's a driver and who's a steering wheel holder? I can tell you right now, everybody in your top 5, top 6, I'd even go as far as saying everybody in the top 27 are drivers, or as we sometimes refer to them as wheelmen. WHEEL on that one, by the way. Rogers and Smith starting to go after each other again. Jeff Rogers right behind them. You can see everybody just biding their time right now, minding their P's and Q's. Nobody wanting to do anything crazy. Dillon and Danta, your closest battle on track. As Danta looks to the side on Dillon. Dillon slams the door on him, going into 1. The top 2 of Rogers and Ward have pulled out about a second gap from Ward to Papini. And then Papini's actually on an island all by himself. Not a lot of pressure behind, as that is your pole sitter, currently running in 4th. And you know what? Let's go on board. Let's go on board with Anthony Danta. And you can hear just how long Danta is off the trigger. That takes a lot of patience to be off the trigger that long. Kelsey Rogers, Weston Ward, Alex Papini, Michael Ostick, Jeff Dillon, Anthony Danta, Trent Smith, Tristan Swanson, Matt Beatty, and Justin Black here, your top 10 as we currently run. And we've got a little bit of separation starting to form here just off the podium. And from Trent Smith in 7th back to Tristan Swanson in 8th, you've got about almost 2 seconds now to the good. And I'll tell you right now, Matt Beatty is probably getting pissed at Swanson. So the patients are going to start to wear a little bit thin. Here we go, battle for third. So Ostik has caught Papini. Papini, though, slams the door going into one. Dillon did the same thing to Danta that time. Beatty looking to make a run on Swanson. Beatty going to send it in on the inside. Swanson's now caught on that second lane, not where he wants to be. He's got to get low quickly. That hole is already filled. Justin Black here, going to be the nice guy and let him in for now. Sends it up the inside. Turn one is a late apex corner. Black Deer almost just took out 2 cars. Being aggressive like that going into one. I mean, you can get away with running a traditional line through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 are definitely late apex corners. And if you've got to defend, like these guys are having to defend as hard as they are right now, you're not going to get a late apex because somebody's going to stick it up the inside. And if you try to make the corner the way you're wanting to make the corner, you're going to be going around and you're probably going to end up on the hook. As Black Deer looks to the inside of Swanson going into 3. Bingham right there as well. Swanson is in trouble. He's going to lose 2 just in 1 corner. Black Deer into the top 10 for the first time tonight. Remember what I said about Swanson holding Beatty up? Beatty's already walked away from these guys. Black Deer is going to have to do yeoman's work to try to reel him back in. And the lap times are now dropping for everybody that's gotten by Swanson. It's Deegan Smith going to be the next one. And Swanson just comes right down in front of Zach Coyer. And he was getting in line whether Coyer wanted him to or not. All right, we're in Badger country. Who's the smartass in the University of Michigan car? Why am I not surprised, Travis Wright, you instigator? Working lap 30 of 100. We're going to step away, pay a couple bills, go side by side, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back at the Milwaukee Mile for the Badger State 100 powered by Wiley Raceway NASCAR Diecast. For all your NASCAR diecast racing needs, look no further than Wiley. Currently riding on board with your race leader, Kelsey Rogers. There is Kelsey working down the back chute. So for Schumacher getting down and out of the way. Checking back in here with the 10 of Tristan Wright, just outside the top 10 in 11th. And we are under caution. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's the stage. Rogers, Ward, Papini, Osdek, Dillon, Danta, Smith, Vady, Blackdeer, and Bingham, your top 10. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a very special event on Father's Day here at this track in the real world. The ASA Stars Tour and the Midwest Tour, Father's Day 100 on June 18th. You can find that exclusively at on our friends at MidwestTour.tv. And we will have a lot of drivers from this league at that facility. As a matter of fact, Brandon Wilkinson, who spots for Gio Ruggiero, who just won the latest ASA Stars race in Hickory, he'll be up on the spotters tower for him. Tristan Swanson, Ty Fredrickson will be in the pits servicing some cars. Matt Beatty will be a pit reporter for MidwestTour.tv this weekend. Let me see if I can find our stage 1 winner, if he is in here. And of course he's not. Why would he be? Matter of fact, there's not a lot of drivers in the Discord server at all. So, ain't that just a kick in the knackers? All right, then. Oh, winning the battle off pit road. If I had to venture a guess, I'm going to go out on a limb and say your top 4 took 2. Weston Ward looks like he may have taken 4. Travis Wright in 6 took 2. Papini took 4. Swanson took 2. Dillon took 4. And looks like the rest of the field took 4 from there. What? Lights go out on that Chevy Silverado pace stroke, the official pace stroke of iRacing. Currently, your biggest mover, Justin Blackdeer, plus 10, sits in second place. That is a very sharp-looking double deuce, kind of reminiscent of Bobby Allison's Miller schemes. As you know, we are in Miller country. Born and bred in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Osdick wastes absolutely no time. Danta gets a good run, gets to the inside of Blackdeer. Oh, this is not going to be good for the double deuce. They're almost 3 wide. They were thinking about it. Thank goodness they thought better of it. As Beatty working the inside of the 91 of Swanson. You can get away with this stuff on fresh tires, but you're not going to be wanting to stick too long on that outside lane. As Danton and Ward get that one settled between the two of them, everybody gets single filed out now. Biggest, and just as I say that, of course, Alex Papini's got to make a liar out of me. And I just realized what is on Trent. Sorry, that is the 52 of Jeff Dillon. I just realized what's on that car. $15, little man. Put that money in my hand. No, we're not going there. I'll get kicked off the air. Sorry. Weston Ward making a bid for the lead. He's doing it on the outside. That's not the most advantageous way to do that. They're leaning on each other. Ward able to get it. Ward just laid the power down. He willed that car to the front of the piece. Holy Christmas. Weston Ward, you're giving me ulcers, kid. A little trading paint back there between Swanson and Danta. Danta now getting ready to get shuffled out as Papini's there as well. But he saw what Weston Ward did. Can he do the same? Does he want to try to do the same? The answer is a definite hard no. Gets right back in line as quickly as he can, though. Ward, Osdick, Swanson, Papini, Danta, Dillon, Blackdeer, Vady, Smith, and Wright, your top 10. Oh, crap. 3 wide. And the 18 wanted none of it. Here comes Dillon up the inside of Danta, though. That is your battle for 5th. Dillon wrestles the spot away in that Mustang. Weston Ward, you got to be a little bit concerned, especially considering who's behind you. Tristan Swanson has been fast all night. Currently your biggest mover at plus 12. Yes, I said 12. That Camry has been on a rip here tonight. Papini right behind him. Weston Ward, though, is the Iceman. And this is going to get fun. Using a little bit of that curbing to help rotate the car. It's a slugfest right now for 4th. Osdick, Dillon, and Danta glued at the hip right now. Battle for the lead. Papini shoves it up the inside. Ward going to try to cross him over, coming off a 2. See Ward get immediately back in line to cut off Tristan Swanson from advancing as well. Danta sideways off a 2. That lets Dillon get back by him for 5th. Checking back here with Vidi and the 3 of Trent Smith. These guys are just going after each other. There's Bingham right there as well. Holy cow, we've got just a complete Waffle House situation right now, folks. And I'm not sure where I want to point the camera first. You know, let's do this. Looking back at that Pontiac of Bingham. On board with Vady. Hometown boy looking to pull a rabbit out of his hat here tonight. Rocking the Thunder Chicken nose gear on that car. It's the Thunder Chicken, not to be confused with the Fire Chicken. On board with Alex Papini, looking back at Weston Ward right now. They've carved out a half a second to the good over Tristan Swanson, who's starting to backslide a little bit. And you had to wonder, 2 tires, that was a gamble. Both your front 2 elected for 4. But everybody did it early enough. Not sure I agree with that call. Because now if we get a late race caution, it all depends on what 2 Swanson and the rest of the 2-tire heroes decided to take. Which side of the car did they put them on? And if we do get a late race caution, you know, they still have those 2 tires to put back on the car. So, I don't know. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. There you see Jeff Dillon currently running in 5th. Ozdick, your pole sitter, Anthony Danta in front and behind him respectively. There's Zach Coyer with the Cartman helmet. I'm digging it. Out of Antioch, Tennessee. There's the other Mr. Rogers. And we've already talked about Corey in the 17, and there he is. Right now, Travis Wright is in a Mr. Rogers sandwich, but not for long. Corey just sends it. And it served Travis Wright good for showing up in Badger Country with Wolverine paint on the car. College football rivalries run deep in this country. Something you don't play with. You know, it's like the time I almost got stabbed in Connecticut because I was wearing Syracuse University shirts supporting the team, and nobody was happy with me. But it was all friendly. What's not friendly is his battle for the lead, and Ward sending it up the middle on Papini. Going to wrestle the spot, coming off a 4. Papini sideways a little bit, trying to cross Ward over, gets to the inside, big contact. That just spat Ward up into the nosebleeds going into one. He keeps it off the wall. We stay green. 35 to go this time by. Papini digging on the inside. Ward, though, Papini digging on the high side. Ward not being able to make that inside really stick. Trying to get that car to rotate. And the fact that Tristan Swanson is able to hang with these guys right now on only a two-tire strategy, unreal. Simply unreal. Out of Newmarket, Minnesota. Not that far from where we are. He's closer to the track than I am. It looks like Ken Storkson had big issues. What happened to him? You hear the song, the cart, full chat there. Cut tire. I'm hearing cut tire. As we're following along the 039, that is Aaron Hicks out of Rio Ranchero, New Mexico. So he's not having too good of a time with it right now. He was a four-tire stop, though. Right now, he's giving Gleason Smith all he can handle. So there we see Justin Blackdeer right behind him. And right behind him is Zach Coyer. Brett McCoy back there as well. A little bit more adrift. But he's there. It's Hicks and Smith. Hicks gets the better run off of fourth. Gleason Smith's going to drop back to 15. Checking a little bit further forward. Bingham and company still going after each other. Vady looks to the inside, going into three, almost pulls alongside. Taking the short way around. Vady up into seventh, Bingham back to eighth. But for how long? Because Trent Smith and Deegan Smith are both on a ripper right now. That is the three of Trent Smith looking to the inside on Bingham. Easley, South Carolina. Here comes Deegan Smith. Out of Davis Junction, Illinois. Checking back in towards the front, Swanson and Ward. Swanson out of Newmarket, Minnesota. Again, just across the river. Swanson, Ward, Papini, your podium right now. And then you've got about a second and a half back to your pole sitter, Mike Osteg, as he's got Danta filling his rearview mirror right now. There you see the 18 above your pole sitter. Most terrifying thing you can see in your rearview mirror. That man coming, and we're late in the races. We are 25 to go. And if you see that 051 State Water Heater's bright nuclear banana of Anthony Danta in your rearview mirror, in the late going, I would start to worry. He's not going to wreck you, but he is going to give you the chrome horn if he knows he's faster than you are. Just to let you know he's there is Danta dancing it coming off of turn number 4. That could have been a moment. The car is not handling how we wanted it to anymore, as both he and Osdick trying that 2-tire strategy. I don't agree with that here at Milwaukee. Give me 4 if I've got them. And keep feeding me 4 all race long, as much as I can possibly do. But with these guys only having 1 caution, or 2 cautions, 1 for incident, 1 for a stage break, guess what? Holy crap. They've painted the track. Your battle for the lead was 3 wide there for a moment, folks. And they're 3 wide again. Oh, Jesus. You know, these guys are running like it's lap 99, not lap 79. Jeepers. That is your battle for all 3 steps to the podium. As we are 20 to go this time by. Got to thank Skip and Terry up there in the iRacing blimp. Thank you, boys, for giving us this beautiful camera footage. These guys have just been lights out since that pit stop back on lap 41. Swanson, the only one that gambled on 2, and he saved enough in the early going of this second stage that he's turning lap times comparable with the guys that, you know, were 4 tires of fury. I mean, last time by, he was the quickest of the 3. Granted, it was only by about, you know, half of the 10th, if that. Oy. And all they're doing is letting Ostick and Danta get to him. What was a 3-car... we've got caution. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with Trent and Deegan Smith. Just racing hard side by side. Oh! Good grief. This is what the high-speed drone picked up. So it looked like the 15 of Deegan was trying to use that lap car as a pick, and Trent was having none of it. Almost contact getting into one. And just like that, we've got two very torn up race cars. And that pretty much answered the question I was about to ask. If you have tires left, do you take them? 15 to go. Aaron Hicks bringing it down pit side to get a little bit of damage repair in the 039. The other 39 on track. Not to be confused with Alex Papini. It's going to have big points implication for both the Smiths after tonight. But and when I say but, I'm talking about yoga pants. We are in the Midwest. I'm probably going to restart with about 12 to go. Tristan Swanson, Alex Papini, Weston Ward, Jeff Dillon, Brett McCoy, Michael Osdick, Jeremy Bingham, Anthony Danta, Matt Beatty, and Corey Rogers rounding out your top 10. And Osdick took 2. As choose cone is in effect. It's going to let Weston Ward get to the outside. Here we go. Everybody lining them up. So your top 4 stayed out. Osdick, the first one that came down, and I believe he took 2. Field working his way through the 3-4 complex. As soon as the pace truck clears the racing surface, Swanson can fire off anytime he wants. You'll see some white marks as soon as they get into that zone. There we go. There was the marks. Swanson drops the hammer. Ward goes with him. Ward trying to get low. No room at the end as Papini sends it up the inside. Side by side, coming off of turn number 2. Weston Ward, though, able to make it hang on the top side as he now shoves it up the inside. Contact with the 91. How did he save that? They're wrecking behind him, though. Caution is back out. Somebody just got yeeted. Well, the caution was for Deegan Smith. Let's go take a look at what happened there. You see that very messed up 15 on the top side. He and the 34 get together. Boom. Second time tonight. go back and watch that again. It happened towards the front of the field. And I want to say it was probably Brett McCoy. Yeah, that's a safe bet. Keep your eye on that number 1 of McCoy. Danta right behind him. They're racing back to caution. Yep. Justin Blackdeer having a Code Brown moment there. The rest of the field had it pretty well spotted. But that ace of Brett McCoy, that thing's a mess. Oh, please tell me he's not going to throw a bitch fit like what happened at Hickory in the real world a couple weeks back. He's looking for Danta. I'll tell you right now, he's looking for Danta. All right, then. Gave a little bit of a swerve at Danta. Danta, I don't think he even saw it. All right, 10 laps to go currently. And this time, Weston Ward is going to have the trigger. So Ward, Ostick, Papini, Dillon, Rogers, Bingham, Swanson, Danta, Vady, and Blackdeer your top 10, as McCoy has to take it pit side. Those dreaded meatball flags, those things suck. And if you get one of those with this car, you worked real hard to break that car enough to get a black flag with an orange circle on it being shown to you. We call it the dreaded meatball flag, which means race control thinks that your car is damaged enough that they want your team to take a look at it. And I can guarantee you, you've got at least 5 minutes of required repairs at that point. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. Ward gonna have the button. Ward drops the hammer. Ostick spins his tires. Here comes Papini up the inside. Ward protected the bottom lane like it was his firstborn child. Ostick using that second lane to his advantage. Here comes the 7 of Vady, making a 3-lane change on the highway at rush hour, trying to get to the low side of the track. Holy cats in the cradle. Danta sideways. Vady caught up in that. Kelsey Rogers in that one as well. Let's watch that again. I had just clicked on Danta too. Goes into the corner. 34 had the run. Spits them both up the track. Right in the path of Matt Beatty. As a matter of fact, this is what Vady saw. You're going to see the The 34 crossed everybody over on the front stretch. There he goes. Gets to the inside of Danta. If they hadn't hit that inside wall as hard as they did, Vady might have missed it. But that inside safer barrier just spat those cars up the track like they were pinballs. Vady nowhere to go, gets collected in that one. Unfortunate run for the driver of the number 7. As a matter of fact, we're going to reach out now to the driver of the Tegrity number 7, Matt Vady. What just happened? Do we have Matt? Apparently, we do not have Matt Vady.
Hang on, you got me.
Okay, Matt Vady, what
I had
just
to unmute
happened?
myself.
Understandably so, after what just happened.
Well, I don't know. I couldn't really tell. It looked like the 34 and the 51 are just racing for the same piece of real estate. It's late. Everybody's trying to go. We're going to have one more double file restart here, so it's probably going to be even crazier yet.
Yeah, absolutely. But you had absolutely nowhere to go on that one. That is probably the toughest luck of anybody I've seen this season.
It's home track. I can't finish well here. It just seems to be the curse.
Well, the good news is you're going to be a pit reporter on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be a great show. ASA Stars race. Be Father's Day 100 up here. Should be a lot of good talent. Bubba Pollard, guys like Casey Roderick and Jeff Storm, Luke Fenhouse, Ty Majeski themselves. So it's going to be a really tough field, and this race is usually pretty tight. Last year it was won by like 2 inches, so
all right,
it should be a good show.
All right, Matt, best of luck to you in the rest of this thing. Hopefully you can salvage a couple of spots.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, there you could hear the dejection in his voice as I believe we are going to get one to go this time by. We are getting a natural green-white checker finish to end this piece. Yes, we have overtime available, but fingers crossed. It's gonna be carnage. There's definitely going to be carnage. Hopefully, it happens after the white flag comes out. Once again, Weston Ward going to have the trigger. There you see his number 5 Chevy Camaro on that low side. Ward, Osdick, Papini, Rogers, Swanson, Bingham, Dillon, Coyer, Blackdeer, and Travis Wright rounding out your top 10. As I have no idea what Weston Ward was doing there. Katie, bar the door. Here we go. One more time. Natural green-white checker finish. Can we get this thing in at regular distance? Be 2 to go. Ward drops the hammer. Osdick does go with him. Papini now door-to-door with Rogers for 3rd. Corey Rogers currently your biggest mover at plus 16. Osdick got spat out. That car was skating. Less than 200 yards. Guess what? We are officially racing back to checkers. Weston Ward shows the way. Your top 3 have a little bit of a cushion. Tristan Swanson starting to backslide just a little bit. For the final time, Weston Ward coming through 3 and 4. Vady crashes again. Favre crashes. Ward wins at the Milwaukee Mile. Osdick, your pole sitter, hangs on for 2nd. Papini in 3rd. Tristan Swanson, Corey Rogers running out at your top 10. Rogers, your biggest mover at plus 15. So good run for the Snap-on Tools Camaro, I believe. Nope, it's a Chevy SS. Jeff Dillon, Jeremy Bingham, Justin Blackdeer, Travis Wright, and Zach Coy running out your top 10 as there he is. That Ward Performance, number 5, getting ready to burn them right down to the aluminum rim. I love the smell of victory Hoosiers in the afternoon. As we are just waiting for our podium finishers to get into the Discord server. There he is, your race winner, Weston Ward. Do we have any of our podium here? We do not. All right, then. Well, let's get right to it. As we take a look at our finishing order, Weston Ward, Michael Osdick, and Alex Buffini, your top 3. Tristan Swanson, Corey Rogers, rounding out your top 5. Jeff Dillon, Jamie Bingham, Justin Blackdeer. Great run for Justin in the double deuce. Good recovery drive after having issues early, finishing in 8th. Travis Wright and Zach Coyer rounding out your top 10. Gleason Smith, Aaron Hicks, Jeff Rogers, Mike Berner, Rick Ward, and Mark Favret rounding out your lead lap cars. Unfortunately, Vady had to put it on the hook to get that thing to back to his hauler. He got taken out on the last lap. As a matter of fact, let's go back and take a look at what did happen with Vady here. If we can get that to show us. It was coming to checker, I know that. There you see that very wounded integrity number 7 of Vady. And he's in a hornet's nest right there. And it's going to happen in turn 4. Oh, that's what happened. He just got spat out of that one like used bubble gum. So that's what happened to Vady. To have him finish the lap down as we move to the rest of the field. Nick Schumacher had problems early. Finished only 1 lap down, though, so good recovery drive for Nick. Anthony Danta got taken out there in the late going. It was just good, hard racing with Kelsey Rogers. Both of those drivers finishing 6 laps down. Brett McCoy issues. Deegan Smith, Ed Pompano, Trent Smith, Ken Storkton, and Louis Robinette rounding out the drivers that did start. Christian Angel, Dalton Collins, Ethan Wolf, and Chris Reardon all did not make the A main. As I believe I'll have another beer, but from the looks of it, the only driver we actually have with us is going to be the man that finished 2nd place. As Mike, do me a favor. How do you pronounce your last name? Because I do apologize. I think I butchered it all night. Do we have Mike? Hello? Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Okay, so we do not have post-race interviews tonight. That is going to do it for us here from the Milwaukee Mile. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Monday evening. The Stoner Pastor remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a huge favor. Don't forget to tell your dad you love him. In case I don't see you between now and then, have a happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, to all the moms that had to be dads, whether they wanted to or not. Again, let them know that you love them. Happy Father's Day. Stay safe. God bless. And don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.